about that interruption. I had like a phone call. It was important. I had to pick it up, but then do excuse me. But then I'm back. At where was I? I was talking about how we want the ideal person, but then the qualities are in different people. Like, money is on that one, physical is on that one, the looks are on that one, and there are three different people. I think that's where I was at. But the main story, though, like, of what I was talking about, you cannot stop people from excluding you in whatever pleasure of their life they want, despite your relationship, spouse, friend, family. If they don't want you in a certain thing, they'll just exclude you. And I was trying to say that don't try to stop them, it's wasted energy. Let's take it from there. Right. I was then talking about this friend of mine who emptied himself to invest in a spouse at the time. He gave her his all. Like, he was there for children, he was there for her, he went to work, hardworking man. But when she decided she wanted to explore something, she did. And I was telling you that when they really decide, they ain't stopping them. They will follow through the plan, and that's just the way it is. But also be cognizant of the fact that sometimes it's really not your fault when people do it. Especially if you're giving your all and you're truthful and honest with yourself, that you really know that you are giving your all and you want whatever you guys are having to work. And a fuck up happens, just know that it's just human nature. Don't be made to believe that you were inadequate, or maybe you messed up on this. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they did what they did. It's not true. They always thought about it. They made room for it. Maybe through an argument and made you guys not to talk for a little bit, and they went ahead and did it. Be it like maybe when a family setup, there's a decision that has to be made and they're not too sure about you, like, probably your input, they don't think that it works best for them, but then they don't want to hurt your feelings. They'll make the decision when you are not there. Probably the time you are busy doing something, you're at school, you're working, you've gone for a trip and you cannot miss it. That's when they'll make the date to make that decision. And when you come to them to confront, they'll tell you like, hey, you were actually not here. That's the reason why we went on and made this decision. It was really time critical. We couldn't wait for you to come back. People are like that. It has nothing to do with you. Trust me. Totally has nothing to do with you. It's how we are as human beings. Nevertheless, don't forget to be a good person. You are a good person not for the next person. Be a good person for you. Because when you do it for yourself, that's gonna last. And your character is gonna be good. If you have kids, sometimes put them before you if they're still in that stage where they really need to be molded up and given the best of life before they take on their own act and start to figure out life for themselves as adults. Because in most cases they become victims to these fuck ups that happen mainly by adults. Try your best to be good. Try your best to be realistic. Do not be naive. People can fuck up at any time. Know that before they even do. It becomes easier to deal with situations when you're aware of it. Like, oh, these things, they do happen. Like, I know yourself, like you're living life and probably you know people's stories, and you hear from like different angles and different people, and somewhat you can draw like a common picture, like, okay, this one is happening to this one, is happening to that one, is happening to that one. So if you take out the names, what remains is just like a human, and it's our nature sometimes to do wrong, right? The thing that helps about not stopping people from executing whatever plan they are doing without you is that you don't get into unnecessary arguments. The pressures of, you know, the pressures of bad things coming out of it, like the tension of you confronting them, trying and convince them, may be avoided. Like, you know, just imagine you're trying to stop somebody from doing something, and when you're doing that, they actually, it's either they gaslight you or probably attack your self-esteem, your ego being brought down. Boom! You are not doing this and this and this and this and that. Well, if you cannot, I'm gonna handle it myself or find somebody who does. That's the worst scenario when they come up in the open like that and they tell you that. In most cases, they just lie and make that space and do whatever they wanted to do with the evil thoughts. As I told you, like, it's exciting to be on the wrong sometimes, but and to those who do it, is it really like worth it? Is it worth what you are having with the next party, to lose them, to lose their trust, or hey, especially trust. Hey, trust is a big one though, because mind you, we do what we do, and but then when we come back and we apologize and we expect things to be better, but it's hard. It's hard to be back at the position where you were at before. It's just like when you're in a bathtub, right? You plug it in, you plug in that stopper so that the water doesn't go down, and you fucking up is just like you're pulling out the plug in the bathtub, right? Then some water gets to get down, and now because you care about, like, you know, how you were feeling in the bathtub, but then you just wanted to experience something else, you rush and put that back the plug, like the stopper thing, for the water to stop flowing. Yes, you would stop more loss from happening, but is the bathtub gonna be the same after that? Maybe I was enjoying the water from right here, you know, feeling the warmth, the bubble bath and whatnot. Then I pulled the plug because I wanted to experience something else. Then drip, 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 drip. It's now down there, that moment. Then I plug it up. It's never gonna feel the same. Things can be fixed sometimes. If you can, do it. Maybe you might fill it up. But I was here to talk to those guys who have fallen victim of people trying to experience the other side, and they can clearly see the signs that, hey, this one wants out and might come back, but then they want to fill up at another gas station. My advice was, don't stop it, don't attempt to stop it. You will not win on that one. Those are just my line of thoughts. I told you I'll be coming here to just air out my random line of thoughts. I might be correct, I might be wrong, I might misinterpret people, but rest assured, from what I've observed, everybody is capable of a fuck up. And when it does happen, it's not your fault, boss. Know it real quick. Everybody is capable. Deal with it better. Because if you're in denial, that's when you end up acting in ways that are not supposed to. In ways that are not supposed to be done, and it ends up being nasty, and we talk of things that we're not supposed to be talking about, like, you know, people losing their lives, losing their jobs, tarnishing somebody's image, breaking up relationships, never talking to each other again, simply because you were naive and expecting the very best from people, and not knowing that it's our nature to fuck up sometimes. So before I lose my narrative here, let me just conclude to this today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, you have a good one.